Hello gamers, it's Lord Soccer OG here, and today we have another Blackout win for you guys. But first, we're going to shout out the new subscribers for the week. So shout out to Lightning Gamer HD, my boy Brendan Lit or B-Raw, and Zach Markellos. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel and supporting me on this journey as we grow this YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the gameplay. So this gameplay, I decided to land in playing with some squads today. I got my boy Forrest in here. You've seen him in a couple of the videos, and we like to go fracking tower. I usually like to press the button when my buddies like to go and kind of dive in there, but I kind of diverted it a little bit because I had some people land with us. So now I'm kind of scrambling around. I'm looking for a gun, trying to keep myself from being an easy kill. My buddies made it down below anyways, and somebody has a chest, so I know that somebody has a good gun or somebody has an armor piece around them. So I'm just kind of being cautious right now. I'm making call outs to my buddies that, hey listen, I wasn't able to hold down that top area. I'm on the bottom here, just kind of waiting to hear some people out. My teammates are getting in a couple of gunfights right now, and I'm just like, I know a guy landed up here, so I'm bouncing around looking for this guy. I hear footsteps around, so I'm trying to find out where these people are at. The sound design in this game is still being improved, so it can be a little hard sometimes. So we're just waiting. I hear this guy take a shot. We're gonna rush him. So I don't engage this fight more because I have no meds. I noticed that, and I back up a little bit, and I'm making a call out to my team like, hey listen, I'm 80 health, I need some help over here. And so my buddy comes over and he's starting to engage this guy. That's why communication is so important. Notice right there how I don't finish that kill. I'm expecting another guy to come around here, and he takes out my buddy Keith Dip. Boom, perfect, worked out. Thankfully I saved those bullets. I talked about that in my other video about tips for winning solo duos and how not to utilize that precious ammo on somebody who's down, but instead try to kill their opponent. That was a perfect example of that in action right there. I was able to utilize those last couple bullets that I had in that mag, and I didn't have any more ammo to finish off this kill. And so it worked out really nicely in this scenario. We actually left fracking tower with the full squad up at this moment, so that's always a good thing. I pick up an outlaw. The outlaw in this game has grown on me. When I first started playing with this thing, it was really, you know what I mean, it wasn't the best gun, didn't do too much damage, I was noticing, but the more you use it and the more attachments you get on it, I feel like this gun really grows on you. And I'm still getting better with snipers, as you're about to see. Good God. Get one, baby. Hey, let's go. In the major leagues, that's a killer average right there, baby. That's a killer average right there in the major leagues. So we're good. We're good. Yeah, like I said, I'm still getting better with snipers. I'm actually picking snipers up more now for the reason of trying to get better with these things, because I feel like if you're good with a sniper, it's really deadly when you're in these long range gunfights. And that having that ability to keep somebody at distance from you without having to take too much damage is huge in this game, because you're always needing meds. Meds are something that are so essential for endgame. So if you can conserve those by killing people before they get closer to you without giving you too much damage, then that's all the more power to you in the end of the game. So I'm trying to get better with snipers. We're working on it. A couple of my buddies are pretty nice with them, so I'm trying to get better with them. I've always been a lot of rounds downrange type of guy. That's kind of the way I play. Assault rifles, SMGs, things that put out a lot of bullets a lot of fast. So there's a bigger margin or bigger room for air when you have those guns in your hands compared to a sniper where you're shooting one bullet at a time. So I'm slowly getting better with these snipers. I mean, I'm not terrible at them, but I'm you know, trying to miss less shots. I mean, and also too, you know, what are you guys' favorite snipers at this moment to use in Blackout? Leave them in the comments below if you guys or if you guys don't even pick up snipers, if you think they're not worth it to pick them up. I know a lot of the people that I play with always pick up snipers. You know, whenever they run across them, they feel like those things are are huge advantages to you. But let me know what you guys think. What is your best Blackout or go-to sniper at this moment in time? Because for me, I really do think it's the Outlaw, and for a couple of reasons that I think the Outlaw is probably the best gun that I would like to pick up in terms of, for me, for a sniper. One is it carries 14 bullets with an extended mag. That is huge for me right now in this improvement stage, as I'm trying to work on my sniping shots. Having 14 bullets is good for contingency purposes if I'm missing a lot. It has that one-shot headshot potential still, with the exception to when someone's wearing a level 3 armor, obviously. So that's always nice if I do hit that headshot, and you will see a couple of those in this game to put somebody down right away. The reload time between shots is super fast, so you're able to get a lot of shots down range fast if I were to miss, which is once again perfect for me who's in the improvement stage. And this is also great for suppression and also long range gunfights, because you're spending more time you're spending more time shooting and less time, you know, ducking back or reloading. And I also really like the sniper scope on this game. It has one of the easiest to use reticles in my opinion, compared to something like the Koshka, which has those the triangles that are like going upward to give you distance. I can't hit the broadside of a barn with that reticle. But when I have this normal crosshairs, and I like how they're kind of green illuminated, I believe, with the sniper scope on the Outlaw, I really like that. It's really great for aiming at enemies, tracking enemies when they're moving, and relocating enemies after you've taken a shot. So right now we got some guys that are crossing over from the barn area, and I'm calling out to my teammates. They're pretty clueless right now, and I'm trying to tell them where these guys are at. And so they finally start to get a bearing of where these guys are located, and Keith Dip decides to move up with him. I move up at these enemies. So me being an aggressive player, I move up with Keith Dip to kind of give him some support as he's sliding over there. I'm kind of taking this far left flank. I got a lot of time on the circle, and I'm trying to get a different angle at these guys because they're hiding behind trees right now. So I'm running with my Spitfire out in case one of them catches me off guard, and then I switch over to my Outlaw. Now, I would like to say that was a collateral, but Forrest got one of those shots in, and I'm a little bit jealous about it because that would have been a collateral. But it's okay. We took out the squad right there. I did fast forward through the loop, through the looting process, and now we're right now outside of firing range, and we're moving into the circle slowly, and I start taking fire. And so right now I'm just trying to pinpoint where these people are at. I'm not too sure exactly. He only shot one shot at me, so right now I'm kind of just looking around trying to pinpoint where these people are at. He takes another shot at me, and I'm able to get my bearings. That situation right there is a perfect example of why the Outlaw is a great weapon to have when you're suppressing a lot of people. I was able to suppress 3 different guys that are hiding behind these rocks due to that reload time. I end up taking one out, which is an advantage to my team. And I really feel like that's what makes this gun so impactful, is when you have those multiple targets, you're able to get so many shots down range so fast with that sniper capability that is really going to hit these people hard, make them duck back when they get that hit. It's just advantageous for your team. And if you notice, I'm staying back. My team is now pushed forward. Keith Dipped is up there. Forrest is up there. We're really pushing these guys now. And like I said, it's just a nice little compliment to your squad, putting those shots down range with this Outlaw. I'm staying back, kind of playing my role while these 2 guys are pushing up. Forrest is dealing with somebody else on the right, and Keith Dip and Sniper and Ray are dealing with somebody else. And so it just works out. We ended up wiping that squad. It was great, you know, and we made it an advantageous point for us having 4 players against 3 of them, and we were able to take them all out. Forrest calls out, "Hey, we're getting some shots from Red Barn," so I immediately turn my attention to Red Barn, and I get another down. And so that allows my team to maneuver back over and start looking at Red Barn. I'm going to reposition myself again on this little firing range building and see if I can get them from another angle while my other team is getting them from more of a straight on angle. I'm trying to get them from kind of the side on this moment, so that's why I'm moving over. I have plenty of time still in this circle, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I know I have a lot of time to do this, so I'm just going to move over and kind of go lone wolf on this. My buddy Forrest gets a nice shot out of that helicopter. That was a really nice shot. So we take that guy out, and Keith Dipped gets another guy. So the reason I was shooting that down, guys, I'm trying to, you know, take out all hope for this other player in terms of reviving that player. I want to make sure that we are outnumbering these people as much as possible. We had a little communication mix-up right there about how many players were alive near that helicopter, and which explains the continuous shooting. Communication in this game is so important for keeping your players alive, letting people know where everyone is at. I always encourage everyone to try and invite randoms to your party if you do have randoms in your game, and try to just encourage communication. Even if they don't have mics, keep on communicating, because they could be playing with their volume on, they could be hearing you. Communication is so key for battle royale games, for a plethora of reasons, but communication at the end of the day is so essential. So now the circle's kind of being a little wanky on us. It's moving in places that I'm not too really big fans of. For me, the circle, you know, I have a couple places that I don't like, and a couple of places that I really do like that I had written down that I wanted to share with you guys. And a couple of them, let's start with the worst places to have circles. And I really don't like it when the circles go factory or asylum. One, factory, I don't like factory because I rarely land there, and I feel like there's a lot of height differences in one place that can be frustrating. I remember getting in a final circle there, and I was playing duos with Keith Dipped actually, and there was a time on top of the factory, and there was a time where there was a team on top of the factory, a team that was on the ground, and a team that was on the trains, and it was kind of, we were all in a fight at the same time, and it was kind of ridiculous to have to you know, prepare for all those different angles. And that's something that I'm getting better at as well. But just at that moment, that was a little bit frustrating, because I felt like we would have had that win without as many height differences. But it's all part of the game, right? It's all part of things that you have to adapt and get better at. And so we're always working and always trying to get better as well. And then I feel like Asylum, this is something that everyone's already going to know is coming, is a mess. Asylum is a mess when it comes to the final circle because of the zombies. And the zombies are always giving your position away. Keith Dipped is telling me we have players on the other side of this hut. So I go on the left, he goes on the left side, and I go on the right side, and I specifically tell him to split up. After we kill this guy, I don't go into looting because I had a feeling we were getting shot at from somebody else. So I double checked just to make sure that we were. I hear him shoot, so now I'm kind of worried. I'm trying to find out where this guy's at, because I don't want to get shot standing still by this guy. He starts taking shots at me. I still don't know where he's at, and then I finally see his sniper bullets. And this is what I was talking about with that quick reload time. I was able to get 3 shots off on this guy before he was able to move down to that rock. That right there is something I feel like is not possible with other snipers, or at least from my experience. And I would have missed that shot, and we would have been able to maybe take some more damage off from my team, maybe break somebody's armor, and just make it a harder end game for us to win. And so I feel like having that outlaw out at that moment was perfect. And we still got that one-shot headshot. I hadn't hit him prior to that, so everything just kind of worked out nicely with this gun. So now we're going to rotate left into the skinny side of the circle. That's why we're moving up, and we also have high ground. And so this explains the rotation for my team going around the left side. You always want to be on that tighter side of the circle because it moves slower in compared to the far end side of the circle, where that blue is going to be moving much faster into the white, forcing you to move much faster and not be as strategic with your movements. Circling back around to the reasons I don't like Asylum, it's just a mess when it comes to that final circle. The zombies are always getting in the way. They're always giving away your positions. They're always making noise, making you run, and giving you away. And it's just a terrible place. So right now, as I'm running towards this building, I see 2 guys, and I call it out to my buddies right away. I'm shooting. I'm trying to be a diversion for these guys. I don't want them to go down right now, so I'm trying to make sure that I can divert them as much as possible towards me. So we know there's still one around, and I'm looking for this guy. I thought he was upstairs, but he was downstairs. Those situations right there can be a little hectic. You have to have a lot of communication when you're in a building with 2 squads. Things can get mixed up. There can be some team shooting there. But luckily my team was able to go out there. We lost one of our teammates, but there's still 3 of us alive, and we're against 2 players. But those situations, it's super important to have communication happening because of the fact that there's just a lot going on at once, and it's important to be talking to each other and letting each other know where you guys are at. So we have, now if you look at the head count, we have 3 players versus 2 players. So my team's still going to rotate up to this high ground, and we're going to still try and maintain this high ground, because as I talked about this in a previous video, having high ground is huge for you. It creates head glitches. If you have the sun behind you, it makes it harder to see. You're able to heal with cover when you move back from the head glitch. It's harder to run up the hill. There's so many reasons why having high ground is advantageous. So we're going to move up here to this high ground and kind of just look around, see where they're rotating. I'm calling out that there's buggies with lights on, just really trying to see if any indicators of players that have been there, and just looking for these players. You know, we know that they're around here. I see one of them over there by the blue container, and so I start taking shots at these guys, trying to just break some armor, see if I can do any damage before we have to push in here. This guy gets a really good shot on me, brings me down to 24. I believe he hit me in the body. And so I fall back. Once again, we have the heal. I'm in no pressure. I'm just healing up. We're just kind of, you know, trying to get back to full health. Right there, I was crouching constantly because I was trying to slide down the hill, and it wasn't letting me slide down the hill. So that was kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I want to move down, get closer into the circle, because we feel like these players are pushing towards us. So the reason we moved down from our high ground is because the circle caused us to move down from our high ground. So I want to beat these guys down here before they rush us. And I just barely managed to stop one of the guys from pushing us. He was getting pretty close to that tree right in front of us. You'll see right now. And so we just able to stop that push from them getting this good cover, this high ground, because then we would have been in trouble if they would have made that push. This guy gets a really lucky concussion grenade. He actually threw the concussion grenade off the rock, and it bounced down onto the ground just when I dropped down and downed me. He didn't. If I would have stayed up there, it would have been a different story. But thankfully, we were outnumbering these people, so I was able to pick back up, and I was able to get back into this fight. So right now, you're gonna see what happens. That's the end of this video, guys. I thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please make sure to leave a like, a comment below on what your favorite sniper rifle is in Blackout right now, or where your favorite place for the circle to end is. Please subscribe to the channel as we're trying to grow. It means everything to me. I got new videos coming for you guys every Monday and Wednesday. That's all from me. Happy gaming, gamers. Lord Psycho is out.